Hi, my name is Benjamin Antoine. I'm with West USA Realty, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about the HUD-184 program. So the HUD-184 program is a loan program that allows Native Americans to put only 2.25% down. And so a lot of people get it misunderstood. So there's a thing called PMI. So that's private mortgage insurance. So if you were to default, that the mortgage company could then get their money back. And they make you pay for that. So there is still PMI. It's just an upfront fee, and it's a flat fee of 1.5%. So whatever it is. And so the thing about that is that you get to roll it into your loan. So that's the beauty of it. So there is still PMI. It's just paid up front, and it's a one-time flat thing. It's not a monthly cost. So you got to pay it through the duration of your loan. So the 2.25% down is a wonderful thing. It's better than anything else out there other than VA. So VA, you don't have to put any money down, but realistically, if you're not a veteran, then you still got to put 3.5% down minimum. So the beauty of this is that in majority of the places that I've seen, you are able to buy more than FHA. So I know here in Phoenix, Arizona, you're able to buy up to $391,000 worth of home. And so what that does, that allows you to go out, and you can do remodels. More than likely, you're just going to do a new build. You can do it on the reservation, off the reservation. This can be module homes, mobile homes, different things like that. So it's not based on your credit, but there is certain criteria that you have to meet. So you cannot have collections. You cannot have anything collections, medical, repos, debt collectors, credit cards, whatever it is. You cannot have any collections. So you got to pay those off in order to qualify for this. So there is no minimum credit score. So that's a wonderful thing, but you got to meet some of those standards. It is manually underwritten. So that means it's not a one size fits all. It's kind of more of a case by case, which is a good thing. And so the funds that close, you will still need closing costs, but the closing cost can be gifted, as well as the down payment. They can both be gifted from family members. So if you have a deal where somebody owes you money or just different things, some tribes I do know have down payment assistance. And so there's different programs out there to help you with that. Also, closing costs can be asked for from the seller. So whoever you're buying the home for, as a realtor, I try to negotiate at least 1 to 2% in closing costs, so that way it doesn't cost you anything. So a lot of people get it mixed up. They're like, well, what is closing costs? So what it is, down payment is what it needs to have skin in the game to get your loan. Okay, so closing cost is to pay the title fees to put it from the seller's name into your name. Escrow fees, that's the transaction, who's moving the money from where to where, and make sure everybody gets paid accordingly. And then there's recording fees. So the recording fees go to the county records to make it known that you now own the home and that you are the new owner. It also goes for paying the loan officers, stuff like that. So there's different things. So those all can be borrowed. It cannot be borrowed from a credit card and stuff like that, or it has to be a gift. So meaning that you cannot borrow it or take a loan out on it and do it. So no income restrictions. So there's not saying you make too much money. I know there's a lot of cases where some people are like, well, and I make this, and this. And it kind of cancels them out from a lot of the first-time homebuyer assistance programs, the DPA, stuff like that. So it has to be for primary residence only. So you must live in this property. Now, on the flip side, it can be up to a 4 unit. So let's just say there's a 4-plex out there. You're like, oh, perfect. Let's just say there's a lot of communities now that give 18 money or trust fund money. So what I would suggest is that you buy a 4-plex, duplex, live in one, rent the other 3. That allows you to reduce the amount of money that you have to put into it. So if something were to happen, hey, I want to go to school full time, I don't want to work, you got other renters. So I also help a lot with investing. So that's where I get some of this knowledge from, and help people think outside the box as far as getting into real estate investing. One of the best ways to do it. It does work on manufactured homes, new home construction. So let's just say you're KB Homes, Lennar Homes. I've dealt with many new home builders, so touch base with me on that. You can purchase and rehab. It's a little bit more tedious, a lot more hoops to jump through, but definitely possible. So if you found a fix and flip, like, hey, I want to live in this area, but the only house there is pretty run down, I want to fix it, bring it up to my standards, that is possible. You can refinance an existing loan. So in the Phoenix area, I've met a lot of people who did not know that it went up that high, that you could get up to $391,000 worth of home. And they're like, oh, well, you know, I end up going conventional, and the FHA was only 275, and now I'm paying this. Well, you can switch over to, you can refinance into a HUD184. You can use it as far as fixing up your current home if you would like to make it upgrades or different things like that, and it will act as a second line of home loan. Sorry, a second home loan. So you will need a lot of documentation. So like I said, money can be gifted to you, down payment, stuff like that, but there has to be written letters explaining and disclosing where the funds are coming from. You do have to show your tax returns for the last 2 years. You have to show proof of any student loans that you may have or deferments for the last year. So if you do have student loans that you're paying on, you have to be current on those and pay those. That's probably one of the only things as far as debt goes that you have to really disclose. So like I said, collections, you cannot have any collections. Bankruptcy documents, you can still get a HUD-184 with a bankruptcy. There are a little bit more things, you may have a higher interest, but it still will, it still is possible to get into a home. So you'll need driver's license, social security, pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, retirement statements if applicable, contact information, where you've lived for the last 2 years. And so a lot of this is very basic as far as buying a home. You'll need a lot of this stuff anyways. The one thing is that you do have to have a tribal card. So if your tribe does not provide actual physical ID, you do have to go through some other hoops of getting it certified certificate of Indian blood. So a lot of this is really basic. Let me know. I can get you in touch. If you're not in Arizona, I can get you in touch with someone who knows and is knowledgeable. If they're not, if you have someone who you work with or you're already working with, let me know. I can talk them through it and explain it to it. I am not a lender. I cannot guarantee that you're going to qualify. I'm a realtor, but a lot of people come to me and say, hey, what is this program and how do I qualify for it? So that's what this video is about. A lot of the videos that are out there are definitely outdated. They show you different things. Even the website, if you go to HUD184, Google it and you go to the HUD website, there's a list that you could print out and column of different lenders. A lot of them are outdated, so they do have to be certified. And so a lot of people claim that they do it, and they might be like, oh, well, you still need a 680 credit score, or you still need a 700 credit score. That is their own underlining stipulations that they have at their lender. So if they tell you that, do not worry. Let me know. I'll help you find somebody who does not have any underliners. Contact me in Arizona and New Mexico. I do have people who do not have any underlining conditions like that, where you have to have a certain credit score, because if you look on HUD, there's no underlining stipulations as far as a credit score. That's just their own. So if you have any questions, concerns, let me know. Even if you're still a year out, it's better to talk to somebody now, so that way you can make sure you're on the right track to getting your credit score where it needs to be, or getting your down payment where it needs to be. And you might actually be closer than you think. So definitely let me know, talk to me, and I'll talk to you soon. You're really trying right here.